Circumcision is child abuse and should be illegal. Circumcision is genital mutilation. It's the amputation of healthy, sensitive genital tissue from a child who cannot resist or escape. If this were done to any other body part, we'd call it what it is, child abuse. This is why more and more boys are growing up to sue their parents and doctors for having done this barbaric thing to them. Just as it's wrong to pin down baby boys to cut them without consent, it's also wrong to pin down animals and cut them. Being vegan means not exploiting anyone. The foreskin has purpose. Just like eyelids and fingertips, it protects, lubricates, and enhances pleasure later in life. Cutting off a baby's foreskin without medical need is violence. Anyone who pays for this or participates in doing this should be sent to prison. Religion or culture is no excuse to harm anyone either. No religion, tradition, or belief system should have the power to cut into a baby's body. We would never allow someone to burn or hit or cut a child in the name of the religion. So why is this still being tolerated? Be better. Be vegan. Forced circumcision of baby boys is child abuse and should be illegal. I saw my first circumcision when I was a nursing student in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I was absolutely horrified at what I was witnessing. I was there surrounded with my peers in this little light blue polyester uniform, and we were there watching a circumcision being done by a pediatrician in Lakeshore General Hospital. The baby was taken in the bright lights and stripped completely naked. The baby was placed in a tray, a plastic tray, with his arms, both to the sides, strapped down with Velcro, and his feet, both strapped down with Velcro. We were being told that the baby was going to be okay and not feel any pain because a cream had been applied. But here's the thing. The cream needs to be applied and have time to take effect first. But because the doctor was in a hurry, he just went ahead and started cutting the baby, just like that. Just watching the baby being pinned down, I knew something was really wrong. But when the screaming started, it was confirmed to me. This is barbaric. This is cruel. This is obvious child abuse. I looked around at the faces of my peers and I looked at my teachers for help and guidance, but I saw just blankness. Nobody was saying anything. I was thinking to myself, this is fucked up. This is wrong. Somebody has to help this baby. How is everybody just standing here doing nothing? The baby was cut. His penis was cut. The tip of his penis was cut. The foreskin of his penis was cut without consent. I started doing some research and I realized that circumcision is completely unnecessary. All you have to do is clean your baby properly, just like you clean inside their ears or around their ears, and you clean their bumhole like you just have to clean your baby. There is absolutely no medical reason to chop off the completely normal and healthy body parts of an innocent child who cannot fight back, who clearly cannot consent.
Miss Katie is right. Circumcision is child abuse. If you've been a victim or want to know more, you can go to bloodstainedman.com.
The more I looked into it, the more I saw that there were groups of men who regretted the fact that they were forced to be circumcised. Men are now actually suing their parents and the doctors for having done this to them. It was their body. They had a right to keep their foreskin intact forever. And if they wanted it removed for whatever reason, that is something that they could choose when they were an adult, when they were 18, the age of consent, when they could weigh the good or the bad. And actually, there is no reason to do it at all. Of course, there are exceptions if there is something physically wrong with the baby and he cannot pee normally. For example, if his pee is coming out the side of his penis or something like that. That's different. Now, people will tell you, be quiet, don't speak out, because you will upset the Jews, you will upset the Muslims, because a lot of them are doing this procedure. They will say to you, don't start a fight. Don't upset the religious people. Don't start a war here. And my answer to that is, there is already a war against parents and their newborn baby boys, and you can't fucking see it? Babies have died while being circumcised. They have bled to death. If you watch the videos of what's going on, they are so traumatized that they sometimes cannot even breathe. They're holding their breath so tight and wondering, where the fuck is their mother? Where the fuck is their hero father to rescue them from these complete strangers? And of course, where are the parents? Well, when it's done in the hospital, they're nowhere to be found because they can't bear to watch it. And the Jewish people? Well, they give their babies wine to shut them up. Can you fucking believe it? You're not supposed to drink until you're over 18, but okay, we're going to torture your child, so we're going to give him some wine to distract him. It is completely messed up. Forced circumcision of baby boys is child abuse and should be illegal. Yeah, I first began fighting for human rights. And then I started to fight for the animals as well. But I've never stopped fighting against this horrific act, which is called circumcision. Forced circumcision of baby boys should be illegal, just as it is illegal when it is done to females. Now, why is it that it has become illegal to do this procedure? Go and look it up yourself, genital mutilation of baby girls. But when a similar thing is done to boys, that it is considered to be like, okay, it's fucked up. There's nothing okay about it. And of course, what does it lead to? Well, when animals are pinned down and cut up, nobody gives it a second thought. Our society is completely backwards. If you can't even see that you are abusing your own children, what hope do we have? Religion is the problem.
Miss Katie is right. Religion is no excuse for human or animal abuse. Don't cut anyone.
Religion stops people from being able to think. Religion is for ignorant people to follow. How people can believe that there is actually a sky daddy who wants you to cut your perfectly intact child is absolutely insane.
Time to change your religion like you change your underwear. Change your religion, show God that you really care. Change your religion, wanna try something new. Use your critical thinking skills to question all you eat, drink, buy, think, say, and do. Time to change your religion if it tells you to be cruel. Change your religion if it has a strange or crazy rule. Change your religion, wanna be an atheist every Sunday. What's important no matter what is that you don't listen to what all the mean people say. So change your religion like you change your underwear. Change your religion, show God that you really care. Change your religion, wanna try something new. Use your critical thinking skills to question all you eat, drink, buy, think, say, and do. Sing this song and be vegan from now on.
I am from the United States. I'm from a Jewish family. I was raised Jewish. I have seen friends, colleagues, people I've known. I've heard so many stories as an activist against circumcision in the United States, where it's very common. Stories of lifelong pain, lifelong depression, suicide, lifelong loss of sexual function due to circumcision that they did not consent to as a child. I believe that forced body modifications are for consenting adults only.
If your religion is telling you to hurt animals or people, it's time to change religion. And yes, it's as simple as that. You just walk away from your religion. You give it the middle finger and you say, I'm going to go find some place where there are sane people on this planet.
Pinning down anyone, cutting them, making them bleed, removing their body parts is obvious abuse. Anyone who contributes to that should be in jail.
Now, I discovered a religion which is called the Unitarian religion. They're for democracy, and they seem to be a good place. Except they will also not speak out against this atrocious child abuse because they are afraid that they will not get members into their churches. And the Unitarian Church is one of the most democratic places ever. But here's the problem with democracy. If you're on a boat with 7 people and they're all hungry and they all vote to eat you, that's democratic. But is it fair? Is democracy fair? Not always. Not at all. A few years ago, Iceland, which is a country that does not have very many Muslim people or many Jewish people, decided that they were going to ban circumcision. But do you know what happened? The religious people told them, if you do that, you're going against all of us, and this could start a war. This could start a lot of problems. This could be considered anti-Semitic or anti-Muslim. Being against circumcision is not anti-Semitic or anti-Muslim. It is anti-child abuse. It is anti-insanity. It is against doing what your gut tells you is completely wrong. If you're a mom or a dad right now, and you're considering to circumcise your child, I urge you to look into it. Watch a documentary called American Circumcision. Do it. And then, once you realize how fucked up it is to hurt our own children, extend that same compassion to the animals. Religion is no excuse for abuse, whether it is towards animals or humans. If you're vegan and this is the first time you're hearing about this, I urge you to educate yourself more. So to sum up, Being against circumcision is not being against Jewish people. It is not being against Muslim people. They can do whatever they want as long as they are not hurting others. Eat whatever foods you want, but don't eat who you want. That's not okay. Cut whatever objects you want, but do not cut your children. Children are not objects. Children and animals on this planet deserve our compassion and our protection. They are here for us to love, to help, to guide, to hug, to hold. We are here to give them a soft place to fall, not to hurt them. Just so you know, there are all kinds of groups and online resources with information for religious mothers and fathers who need help standing up against their communities.
Miss Katie's right, circumcision is genital mutilation. It's child abuse and it should be illegal all over the world.
When I was a nursing student, I didn't know better. I went home and cried and felt guilty that I didn't say anything. But I was reassured by everyone that there was nothing I could do at the time. I needed to get my nursing degree. I needed to first be able to get the paper that says that I'm a nurse and then to speak out. But that's not what I did. I went around and I typed out that circumcision was wrong and that it was unethical and unnecessary, and I left notes all over the hospital. And of course they found out it was me who did that, and I was reprimanded. But I didn't give a shit, because I did the right thing, and I know that I helped to avoid this trauma for many babies. So speak out. Say something. You don't necessarily have to scream and cry, but you should say something. I should have said something at the time. I think I should have. I think I should have said, this doesn't seem right. Why are we doing this to this baby? Let's stop this. And if they would have thrown me out of nursing school, well, I could have protested, right? I could have said that wasn't okay. I'm trying to protect this baby. Isn't that my job as a nurse? So, the same goes when you are asked to dissect animals at school, or any time that you see somebody hurting an animal. Speak out. It's your moral responsibility to do so. You can be brave. You can do tough things. You can be vegan. Yeah, you really can. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.
Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now. Let's